Hi, I'm Lucas.
And I'm Gabe.
And you're watching Coog Cinema Reviews. Today, we'll be reviewing Sicario Day of the Soldado.
This video is sponsored by Live Nation, so go get your tickets today.
You want to see this thing through? I'm gonna have to get dirty. Turning you loose.
How loose?
No rules this time.
Adios.
First off, I want to say how surprised I was by the sequel. I didn't have the highest hopes for it, considering how much I loved the first one, but I was wrong. I enjoyed it as much as the first time I watched the first one. Of course, I had to see it again, but what did you think?
I did not expect them to make a sequel to Sicario. I thought it was one of those movies that would work fine as a standalone, and I didn't want to see it become a generic action franchise, so I was hesitant. I was surprised that not only did I enjoy it as much, I actually think I enjoyed it a bit more than the first one.
Really?
I was surprised too. I really loved what they did with the characters, and especially Benicio del Toro's character, who was basically Benicio del Terminator in the first one. He was just a killing machine, but this time they gave him a really humane quality, a lot of vulnerability, and they just delved into the psychology of the characters a bit more than in the first one.
What did you think of Josh Brolin in this one?
Well, it's funny because we're in the summer of Josh Brolin.
It is the summer of Josh Brolin.
We've had him playing Thanos and Cable, and this movie reminded me of why I like him as an actor so much in the first place. He brings a very sort of interesting, humorous quality to this character. He was actually very funny, I thought.
He was actually the most humorous character in the movie, if there was any humor. He had a couple of those one-off lines that people laughed at, you know. Some of them were like, oh, this is very dark, but we're laughing anyways. But it's not a comedy, don't get me wrong. There's nothing really funny about this movie. It's about the cartels. The whole ending to the movie kind of set me on the edge. Like, I had no idea where they're going.
No, I'd say the last 40 minutes of this movie just actually had me on the edge of my seat.
Yeah, I was on the edge of my seat, like, what, are they really going to do this? Are they really going to do that? Like, oh, God, what are they doing?
I will say that I thought the actual literal ending of this movie, the last, 5 minutes or so, a bit of a letdown for me, or at least it was a little underwhelming.
Again, I was so surprised. I didn't have the highest hopes for this. You know, like, all right, Sicario, I want to go see this, because, you know, I love the first one, but, you know, I wasn't trying to compare it to the first one, because the first one was phenomenal. I loved the first one to death. But they really upped the ante, but I would have to get it a solid 7.5.
I really enjoyed this movie a lot more than I expected. I was actually quite moved by what they did with the characters, especially Benicio del Toro, who maybe gives my favorite performance of his. I love Josh Brolin in this. I loved that gritty tone. I loved the dim, almost grungy cinematography. So basically, aside from the very end, I really didn't have any major problems with this movie, and I would give it an 8 out of 10. I think if you're a fan of the first film, you're going to be surprised at how much you like this one.
Yeah, so those were our thoughts on Sicario. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook, subscribe to us on YouTube, and like this video if you really liked it. My name is Lucas.
I'm Gabe.
Thank you for watching.